They're running in the All-American Futurity and
Well, hi everyone. Welcome to the Triple Crown Report, brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency. I'm Tim Keithley here in the Hall of Fame studios of Ruidoso Downs Racetrack as we prepare for the first leg of the Triple Crown, the Ruidoso Futurity, to be run at the Downs of Albuquerque. We have Hall of Fame broadcaster Tom Dawson with us today to forecast those big races, Futurity and Derby, this weekend, Tom.
Well, we got a couple of really nice races. It's going to be interesting to see the Derby running at night, the day before or the night before the Futurity finals. But hey, they run. I just got through doing a whole cart of races at night, and they do it in California all the time. So should not be any issue at all.
It should be a lot of fun late night at the Downs of Albuquerque for the Derby anyway. Of course, the Sunday will be a matinee card. Right. We'll take you through all of the races and tell you who we think is going to win the first leg of the Triple Crown, the Ruidoso Futurity and Derby. Triple Crown Report is brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency, Granada Farms, American Quarter Horse Association, New Mexico Horse Breeders Association, Kavanaugh Quarter Horses, Just Dulce, and Speed Horse Magazine. We'll be right back to talk about the $1 million Ruidoso Futurity when the Triple Crown Report returns.
The American Quarter Horse. They represent a new year, new opportunities, and exciting expectations to be winners. For over 30 years, Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency has insured American quarter horses that include champions and their bloodlines. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency knows that your horse represents a large investment. Ensuring that investment will be the least overall expense an owner has in protecting that investment, whether it's a new foal, a new purchase, or a special runner. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency offers prospective full coverage to protect your investment from the very beginning, while in utero and when your foals are born. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency can insure them at 24 hours of age. Their family has made supporting the American Quarter Horse a priority. Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency is proud to be a Triple Crown Report sponsor. Visit their website at jonesbloodstockinsurance.com for more information.
Uncle D is the only stallion to sire qualifiers for all Remington Park, Oklahoma bred stakes. Uncle D foals born through 2026 are eligible for the $50,000 smart money incentive when they win a Grade 1 Futurity or Derby. $25,000 goes to Grade 2 and Grade 3 Futurity and Derby winners. Plus, he is a Ruby and Riata Buckle stallion. Uncle D, a $3 million sire, now standing in New Mexico at Prestige Equine.
Back to the Triple Crown Report, brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency. Getting ready for the big weekend, Tom, the Ruidoso Futurity and Derby. And let's start with the Futurity runners. Here's the post positions, the lineup. Anybody strike your fancy?
Well, the horses that qualified well, I think are still the horses to beat. I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference, although I can sure see Dulcie Dreams liking that 9-hole in this race.
Well, I tell you what, the fastest qualifier on Friday, I think is probably the morning line favorite, and that would be Ask Her to Fly. We spoke with trainer Jason Olmstead about the young filly, as well as Ricky Ramirez, last year's All-American champion jockey who has the Wood qualifier, Telescout.
Blair Truman fades, and there goes Strawberry Cowgirl into third. Ask Her to Fly dominates.
For a little horse, she carries herself well, still has a big stride, and still looked like she had a punch on the end of it, so we were pleased.
Now, of course, all of these horses are a little green. The starting gate is going to be a big part of the success of this race. Would you agree?
I agree. I think it helps a lot. Us coming from Oklahoma, our horses have had a couple outs. We've already broke our maiden. This early in the year, when you get to Ruidoso Futurity trials and stuff, there's a lot of first-time starters, so I think that experience carries a long way.
2, 3, but drifting in, and here comes Telescout. Telescout taking advantage. Telescout now is pulling away. Telescout the winner.
You know, it did. He kind of had a little bit of a headwind. So, he qualified with the 4th fastest of that day, but I'm not concerned about his time. I think he put a good performance. He's kind of getting better every time. He broke his maiden in El Paso and broke decent. The other day here, he broke a lot better. So he's improving every time.
You've been with this horse from the beginning. Did you break this horse?
Yes, sir. Broke him there at Trey's Ranch. I've been with him all winter. But, once El Paso opened, the horse went to El Paso, I went to Remington. But I came in to ride him in his maiden race, and sure enough, he showed the talent that he had been showing at the ranch.
So you won the All-American last year. Can we do a double?
I hope so. But, I'd love to win the All-American again. But my main goal this year is to win the All-American Derby. Never won the All-American Derby. Win the Oaks, win the Futurity. So that's the one I need for my trophy room.
Let's get started with the championship of the Ruidoso Futurity. What do you say, Ricky?
Oh, nothing wrong with that. I'd love to win the Ruidoso Futurity. Well, win it once before, and, it'd be great to win it again.
Well, on Saturday, we had an interesting trial days as well. I want to point out a horse here called Dulce Dreams, and that's because his trainers, the Gonzalez family, are going to be trying to do something hard to do. They're going to try to win their second $1 million race within 8 days. Now, Dulce Dreams only had one start coming into these trials, but it was a very impressive win at Remington Park, and he comes right back and does it again with another strong effort here to win his trial. He had the slowest qualifying time, but as we know, all you're looking for is a hole in the finals. And there's a rematch of sorts, because when Fall Classic and the Gonzalez boys won the Heritage Futurity, they beat a horse of Sammy Valeriano's by just that much of a margin, El Huracano V. Well, Sammy is back and very strong in here with a horse called Highly Lethal V, and he was the fastest qualifier on day 2. Looked every bit the part of a horse to beat. He'd had a race at Los Alamitos that really didn't show anybody anything, but boy, was he sharp here in the trials. The Ruidoso Futurity, you see him there on the inside. The farther they went, the farther in front they got. Francisco Calderon qualified 2 for the race and picked this horse to ride back in the Futurity. So just like I saw last week at Heritage, it's Sammy Valeriano's V's versus the Gonzalez boys and Dulce's Dream.
Okay, pick us a winner in the Futurity, Tom.
Well, a little too early for that, I think. But, there's interesting horses in here. I'm going to give you a long shot before I'd ever give you a favorite. I was impressed with Happy Flying Bird. I thought this horse, kind of out of nowhere, ran a terrific race. And, coming back for trainer Manny Rodriguez, I wouldn't be surprised if this horse gets a piece of it.
I'm going to go with Telescout. And I think part of the reason why is the headwind that Telescout qualified late in the day. I think the conditions were a little different, and I really think we're going to have to follow Ricky Ramirez. I think this horse is really going to be one to watch this year. Telescout, number 5 in the Futurity. Should be a very interesting race. First Triple Crown race of the season. We'll be back to tell you more about the Ruidoso Derby when we come back on the Triple Crown Report.
New Mexico offers year-round racing at 5 tracks. $60 million is paid annually to New Mexico breds, led by the $1.2 million State Fair Futurity at Albuquerque. Last year, 4 New Mexico breds became millionaires, 2 quarter horses and 2 thoroughbreds. Yours may be waiting. Shop the New Mexico bred sale at Ruidoso in August and the Ruidoso Select sale. New Mexico is the place to breed and race.
One famous eagle has sired 3 All-American Futurity winners, 2 world champions, and 6 millionaires. Dulce Sintacha was the leading freshman sire with progeny earnings of nearly $2.2 million. Two-time champion Cyber Attack is a full brother to 6 Grade 1 winners. His first crop are yearlings. Also standing, this is an eagle, both a graded stakes winner and multiple graded stakes sire. Granada Farms, home of champion runners and sires.
Back to the Triple Crown Report with Tom and Tim as we prepare now for the big race on Saturday evening under the lights, the $650,000 Ruidoso Derby. Here's the lineup, Tom, of 3-year-olds. Several we've seen now for a little while, and they're very talented.
Yeah, this is a good group, Tim. But interestingly enough, there's some horses in here that weren't that impressive or didn't do that much as a 2-year-old. And we always make the point that you got to watch those horses improve. Some improve with maturity and age. Some of the great 2-year-olds don't come back at 3 and race as strongly. So you got a couple in here that are moving up.
Look on the rail to that top qualifier. What do you think of GF She's Sinful?
She's a rocket ship when she's right. That race the other day was not a standalone. If she'd have run that race out of nowhere, then I might be a little bit suspicious. But last year, she ran a couple of races that looked just like this. Now, she couldn't make it strongly till the end of the year, but I've seen her do this 2 or 3 times. Look at that. Every time she hits the ground, she's putting more distance on him, right? Speed is a dangerous weapon, and she's got plenty of it. And I kind of like her from the rail. I think she'll bust out of there, and Noe Garcia will kind of be able to guide her where he wants to.
Well, that's 4 wins and 5 career starts for that filly. You got to like Flying Chance. That horse has been really a very nice runner as a 2-year-old. Comes back now, a little bit bigger horse and a little bit more experience. We visited with trainer J.J. Gonzalez II about his runner, and Zach Steinbaugh, who will take to the post Investor.
It's Flying Chance, RF Runaway Cowboy. Flying Chance beats RF Runaway Cowboy.
You know, he's still one of my picks. Last year, you know, being a 2-year-old, he had a little wear and tear on him. You know, we fought shins all year. He qualified to Consolations All-American and ran 3rd. But this year he's sound, and he grew up and he's mature, and the sky's the limit for him.
Well, back Investor's in front. Investor charging the wire and opening up. Investor gonna win. Investor.
Oh, he's the man. He's so consistent, and that he loves his job, and that, you know, every time that we go to run him, it's definitely nerve-wracking because you know he's so fast. And you just really hope there's no mistakes.
But he broke so quickly out of the gate.
Yeah, last year he was really good about that too, and we sharpened him up at a race over at Remington Park this year, and that's the first time he's ever stumbled away from the gate, but he ran him down anyway, so he's just a pure racehorse.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Zach Steinbaugh over at Remington Park when he ran some horses there last week. He said they were so nervous being on the bubble with Investor. And that last race ran, they knew it was fast, and they were just hoping he would hold up, and he did by the slimmest of margins. Don't let that fool you being in the last qualifying spot. He's got a real shot to do something here. But they all, Tim, have to outrun GF She's Sinful. Like I said, she is a rocket ship away from there. And if you can put a couple of links on these horses, you got a pretty good shot of holding off the strong colts and geldings finishing the 400 yards.
Well, you've got a runner. I'm going to go with Flying Chance. I remember last year, everybody was on this horse all season long, never quite got the job done. And I think that Flying Chance is going to be pretty tough as a 3-year-old. There you go, the big Saturday night lineup for the Ruidoso Derby to be run at the Downs of Albuquerque. We'll be right back and tell you about the mountaintop races. The trials were run this past weekend when the Triple Crown Report returns.
For over 56 years,
Speed Horse Magazine has been the trusted source for quarter horse racing news. Our mobile-friendly platform elevates your experience on any device. Our advanced search puts essential data right at your fingertips. Explore the stallion section, easily sort and filter member stallions, then compare up to 3 side by side. Stay informed with custom notifications tailored to you. Speed Horse Magazine. We deliver the information that drives the industry.
Genetics matter, and these are impossible to ignore. Just Dulce, 2025 champion 3-year-old colt and full brother to the phenomenon, Dulce Sintacha. Backed by elite genetics, proven performance, and a program designed for success, Just Dulce booked full his very first season. Just Dulce, genetically inevitable, standing at Royal Vista Ranch in Wayne, Oklahoma.
Wrapping up the Triple Crown report, and I want to take you to last weekend's trials at the Downs of Albuquerque. Tom, the running of the Mountaintop Futurity and Derby trials. This was a first-time starter in Schaefer. Here's Robert Fox with the call.
They're running. And hopping in the air at the start, JM Call Me Special away slowly. Schaefer got away beautifully. Debut runner Schaefer, the one they have to run down. Inside, we have Curly Cartel. Middle of track, Big Moon. Outside is Moon in the Moon coming fast, but Schaefer's gone. Schaefer, a solid debut. Moon in the Moon next, then Big Moon.
Yeah, Tim Schaefer was most impressive as a first-time starter, and that's not the first bullet we've seen in New Mexico bred racing this year for Marcelino Gonzalez and Tungsten Racing. And how about the Gonzalez training family, JJ and James, and the ones at Remington that pulled off the big win the other night, Matt Dog and them. They are so loaded for bear, it is unbelievable.
They're going to need new shoes. They're in the winner's circle too often. Wow. They're going to wear out their soles in their shoes for traveling around so much. This, I think, was the best race of the weekend. Pour Me a Drink, top qualifier in the Mountaintop Derby trials.
They're running. And it's early speed for Pour Me a Drink. It's Pour Me a Drink from the gun. Then we have Blues Bandit. Eddie Cartel floated out. Then Calia. And it's still Pour Me a Drink in front. Pour Me a Drink. Gonna win. Pour Me a Drink from Jinglewood. Then a 4.
Bred and raced by the late Fred Danley, now in the care of Gerald Marr. Pour Me a Drink was most unfortunate in the $1.2 million futurity there at Albuquerque last year, the New Mexico State Fair futurity, when he broke bad, didn't ever have a shot in the race. That's what he can do when he leaves the gate. Pour Me a Drink, and you might have time for a second one.
That's Pour Me a Drink with 2 Ks, Tom, and the Mountaintop New Mexico breds will be back the week after next at the Downs of Albuquerque. Well, it should be a fun weekend. We'll see you up there.
I'll be there and enjoying every minute of it.
I know the Cowboy Channel will be part of the action.
We will be part of it. We will be live on Sunday the 7th at 6 Eastern to show you the juvenile and the futurity, and we'll do a full recap on the Derby from the night before.
Triple Crown Report is brought to you by Jones Bloodstock Insurance Agency, Granada Farms, American Quarter Horse Association, New Mexico Horse Breeders Association, Kavanaugh Quarter Horses, Just Dulce, and Speed Horse Magazine. Thanks, Tom. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Triple Crown Report.